Hello Prime Coders, welcome back to Prime Coding channel. So in today's video, I will be solving PYQs and most important topics. As we all know, aptitude isn't just an ocean. So I will be covering the most important topic based questions, okay, on the formula based, as area and mensuration is totally about formula. So if you know formula, it would be good. Otherwise, while solving the question, I will be letting you know. So please tie your belt and have your pen paper with you so that you can make a note of it, or you can solve the parallelly. Okay, so you're watching Prime Coding. I'm Aita Michelle. Let's begin our journey of area and mensuration. So this is the very first question of our video, which is the length and the breadth of a rectangular park is the ratio of 3:2. Okay, so my length and the breadth ratio is 3:2. Okay, I make a note of it. Then a cyclist is riding along its boundary at a speed of 12 km per hour. Okay, so let me create a rectangle so that we can visualize this question properly. Okay, so a cyclist is riding on the boundary. Okay, so where the cyclist speed is also given to us, which is 12 km per hour. Okay, as well as completes full lap in 8 minutes. So time is also given, which is 8 minutes. Now, cyclist is traveling on the or riding on the boundary, which means it's somehow denoting perimeter. Okay, I got the intuition about the perimeter. Okay, let me read the rest. What is the total area of the park? So we need to find the area of the park. So we know that it is a rectangle. So rectangle area, what it is? What is the area of rectangle if you know? Yes, I heard you said length into breadth. Okay, so length into breadth is there, but we don't know about length and we don't know about breadth because all the sides are just x or y. We don't know about it, but we have a ratio. But we know when something we have a ratio, we just need to use the variable as x. So let's say my length is something into times 3 and we have breadth as something as twice of that. Okay, so we have our length and breadth thing with us. Now, what I can figure it out. Okay, so the cyclist is traveling on the boundary, so it will definitely have some distance he will travel. Okay, the distance he will travel, don't you think he is traveling on the boundary of the rectangle as question states? So if he is traveling on the boundary and the boundary is equivalent to my perimeter of rectangle. So this is the hidden thing that you need to find out because the question only has this much information associated. Okay, so this is the main equation. If you're able to get the answer from here, bingo, you are done. Okay, so now if you got intuition how you can solve this question further, please pause this video and solve this. Otherwise, watch the solution. Okay, so now we have a distance. So to find distance, what is the formula, my dear? Formula is speed into time, isn't it? Speed we have. How much speed we have? We have 12 km per hour, isn't it? Into 8 minutes. Now, both of the things are in the different units, so you need to make it change. So I just write it as 60 minutes instead of hour. Okay, so minute will go away. And what will happen then? You need to have a distance. Definitely, you know, it will be the kilometer. Okay, but I have something which is just need to cut down. Okay, so it will be 2 times 6 is 12, then 30, then 10, then we have 3 times 2 is 6. So 16 by 10 will give me what? 1.6 kilometer as my distance. So I have 1.6 kilometer as distance. What's the perimeter of rectangle? We all know it is 2 into length plus breadth. So now you have an equation as well as you have a value for it as well. 3x, 2x. Don't you think you have length and breadth as well as you have 1.62. Now you just need to find the value of x. So it would be 2 into what it becomes? It becomes 5x, isn't it? So 5x 1.6. Now 10x 1.6. So your x value will become 1.6 by 10. So 10 will go off. 10 will come here as well. And you have 1000 because it's in kilometer and it's asked us to find in meters. So 1000, 1 kilometer has 1000 meters, isn't it? So 0 will go away. So you will end up having 160 as your x value. Now, if you are able to find the x value, don't you think you will be able to find your length and breadth as well? So what will be the value of length? It is 3 into what? 160. So what it will be? 3 times 6 is 18. 1 which is 480 is my length. What is my breadth, Aditya? So breadth is 2 into 160, which will be 32 or 320 as breadth. Now you have both of the things. So don't you think you will be able to find the area of rectangle which is length into breadth, which is 480 into 320. So now you just need to use simple Vedic maths, okay, or maths technique, which is 48. Just write 48 and just below beside that write 32, okay. Do multiplication of this one, which is 8 times 2 is 16. Have a carry of 1, okay. Now do the cross multiplication, okay. 4 times 2 is 8, isn't it? Plus 8 times 3 is 24, okay. What it will be? It will be 32, and you have 1 carry, it becomes 33. Now carry will went off, 3 will come because 33. Now you just need to multiply this. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So you have what? I have 153,600 because 2 zeros are there. So this is my total area in square meters. So is that we have an option? Yes, we have an option B as the right option of this question, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so please make a note of this question. Now let's start our second question. Okay, now if a length of a rectangle is reduced to half while its breadth is increased to 3, okay, or we can just write thrice, okay, to make it think easier. So what will be the percentage change in its area? Now percentage change. So if you have watched my previous video, I told the formula of percentage change, okay. I would say percentage change, it could be in increasing, it could be in decreasing format. The formula of that is difference between two ends divided by initial value or compared value into 100 will give me the percentage change, okay. As I can see here, we have written that length of the rectangle is reduced by half and the breadth is increased by thrice, but we don't know about the exact value. So what I can do is I will write it as L old has X value and my B old has Y value, isn't it? So we have X and Y. Now what question says that the new length is been reduced by 2. So X by 2, isn't it? And my new breadth is increased by thrice. So it will be 3Y. We need to find the area, percentage change in area. So my A old area would be length into breadth. So it will become XY. My area of new will become X by 2 into 3Y will give you 3xy by 2, isn't it? Now you have xy which has been increased by 3xy. Just need to fill in the formula. This can become my initial value and the difference would be what? Difference would be 3xy by 2 minus xy by xy into 100. So this would be my percentage change, okay. So this can become my final value. This is my initial value. Apply in the formula, what would be? Xy will come as common. It will become 3 by 2 minus 1 divided by xy into 100. So xy will go away. 3 by 2 will be 3 minus 2 by 2, which is 1 by 2 into 100. So if it is 1 by 2 into 100, what will come as 50%. Now the changes we got is 50% change. Now we have two options here, whether it would be increase or decrease. As we can see here as well, firstly it was only 1 unit of 3x comma y. Now it has been increased by 3 by 2 unit of xy. So first case I can see that it is in the increasing format. And the beauty of this formula is your answer. If your answer is positive, which means it's an increase or it is increase effect, okay. If your answer is in negative, then it is in decrease effect or decrease change. So here I can see it is in the positive format. So without wasting any time, I will be marking my B as the right option. Okay. So I hope you got this point. People who solved my previous video, then definitely this question would be a cakewalk for them. I want to tell you is in the TCS NQT exam, you will be finding a lot of problems. Yes, in the compiler issue, the question level, the aptitude questions, how many type of question would be there, everything. And I know if you see the views on this video, the competition is also very low because people will start studying these type of questions right before their exam, if you mind my words, isn't it? So if you're one of them, I will definitely encourage you to join this webinar where we have Sanchit, who cracked TCS NQT twice. One is on campus, as you can see, where it is. One is cracked NQT twice. Once in the on campus, he secured digital role. Then he upgraded his role to prime role. So he cracked TCS NQT twice. So he has set of problems, set of things, set of introduction, roadmaps we will be giving you in this particular webinar. Okay. So his exact roadmap to success, his topic and must know tips is the both on campus and off campus hiring, like how he did, and live doubt solving, whatever doubts you have. Might be you have a number of doubts. So he will be solving everything and I will be also in the session. So all the best part is the cost is less than a plate of noodle, which is just 49 rupees. And if you apply this as well, it will become 40 rupees straight. Okay, so just in 40 rupees, you will be talking with a guy who cracked TCS NQT twice and sitting on a prime role. Don't you think it's an interesting? It was very hard to convince him on this particular stage. So please try to make a use of it. Go and get your session booked now, because competition is very low. And I know I want to help for those who are very promptly studying from now onwards, because they don't know about the exam, but they are still studying. Okay, so please go and have your session now. So if the radius of a circle, is reduced by 10%, so something has been compared, but we don't know how much being reduced. So if I can say that, let me take my radius, let's say radius old as 10. Okay, radius old as 10, and it been reduced by 10%. So my reduced, which is my radius new, will become 9, isn't it? Because 10% from 10, 10% will go away. So 0, 0 will go and it will give 1. So 10 minus 1 would be 9. So out of 10, 9 people will just left out. So my new radius will have 9. What will be the percentage change in its area? So area of circle, we all know it is pi r square, isn't it? So pi r, what it is? It is 100. 10 square is 100. Okay, so this is my old, and my area new has pi r square, 81 pi, isn't it? Because 9 square is 81. So we have this. Now, what will be the percentage change? Okay, so we all know the formula as well, which is what? Which is percentage change formula, which we just now studied. It could be in increasing, it could be in decreasing. So difference of the initial value, this can become my initial, this can become my final, okay, and divided by initial value by compare value into 100. So we know the difference would be 100 pi minus 81 pi divided by 100 pi into 100 to convert it percentage. So this and this will go away. Pi is common, so pi will go away. And in the last, if you subtract from 100, 81, you will end up having 19 as answer. So 19% is the change you can find if you reduce the radius by 10%. Don't you think this question is again falls under the easy category? Just to know a formula and just some hands-on experience with percentage, and you will be able to solve this question. Without wasting time, let's see the next question. A square plot has an area of 289 square feet. Okay, so we have an area of square as 289 square feet. Okay, if the cost of fencing per foot, okay, is 58. Okay, we'll see afterwards. What will be the total cost of building the fence around the plot? Building a fence. Don't you think fence is talking about the perimeter, guys? Isn't it? So if we need to put the perimeter on this particular square, what is the perimeter of square, if you guys know? It is 4a, if I'm not wrong, isn't it? Yes, the perimeter of circle is 4a, where a is the side of my square, and we all know that the square has all the sides equal. So we had area of square and this much information we have. So finding perimeter, we should know the value of a first. How we can find a? We know the area of square is a square of 289, isn't it? So a would be root of 289. So what would be the root of 289? I can see the ones place has 9. So which all values has 9? So 3 times 3 is 9. And what I know 7 times 7 is 19. 7 times 7 is 49. So 17 into 17 will give me 780, isn't it? So A will be 70. So what would be my total perimeter? Perimeter would be 4 into 70. And my perimeter of square will become how much? It will become 68. Isn't it interesting? So we have 68 as perimeter. So for 1 feet, it is charging me 58 rupees. So for 68 particular square feet, how much it will charge me? Okay, so just again, what you need to do, x is equals to 68 into 58. Again, apply the this particular trick, which is 64. So 4, 6 carry. Then we have 6 times 8 is 48, isn't it? So 6, 7, 42, 48. So it will becomes 48 plus 8 times 5 is 40. So it will give me the value as what? It will give me the value as 88 plus 6 will give me what? 290. 4. So again 4, and we have 9 as a carry now. 6 5s are 30, and it becomes 3944 as my total cost. So will I able to see this particular option? Yes, it has C as the right option, and it will be costing me this. Simple trick, and we are able to done. So these kind of thing only requires to find the formulas. If you know, you can solve this kind of question. Okay, we'll solve few hard problems as well. So a rectangular park has a dimension of 60 meter and 40 meter. Okay, so my length is 60 meter and my breadth is 40 meter. It is given, okay, which is has a dimension of this, okay, which is length into breadth. Two concrete roads run through the center of the park. So if I create a rectangular park like this, okay, so two concrete crossroads are there in this particular path, isn't it? Park. Now, its length and the other along its breadth. One along its length. Okay, got it. So the remaining area covered with grass. So the remaining area covered with grass. So this is covered with grass, which measures 2109 squares meter. Okay, so let's say this is lawn 1, lawn 2, lawn 3, lawn 4. So we know that the area of lawn given as 2109. Just remove the crosswords from the rectangular park. You will end up having this as your total square feet of all 4 lawns. Okay, so what would be the area of your crosswords if you think about? Okay, but the question is, what is the width of each road? So we have width like this. We need to find x value. We need to find. Okay, so we have the lawn. So firstly, we need to find the area of rectangular park, which will be length into breadth, and it will give me what? 60 into 40. It will give me 2400 square meter. Okay, meter square. So area of this. So what would be the area of a square crossroads, if you can figure it out? Yes, we know the total area of rectangle. We know the total area of lawns. We just need to subtract it, isn't it? So area of crossroads would be what? 2400 minus 2109. And how much you will get? If you subtract it, you will get 291 meter, isn't it? Because simple, 2400 and 2109. You need to subtract it. So it has nothing. So it will come here and it will what? It will be 3, then it will be 9, it will be 10. So it will become 1, then it will become 9, it will become 2 and cut down. So you have 291 as the thing. So which is very easy. So what it becomes? So area of crossroads become 291 square meters we have with us. Now we need to find the area of it. Okay. Now if you think as an horizontal particular lawn, so it has length, isn't it? If you see this particular lawn, it has length as 60 meter as said by the question, but we don't know about the width. If you can see, we don't know about the width, isn't it? So what would be the area of the horizontal rectangle? It would be 60x length into breadth, isn't it? Similarly, if you see as the vertical rectangle, okay, as a vertical rectangle, which is this one, you know the breadth of it, which is 40, but you don't know the x. So it will become 60x and 40x if you see and figure it out from the diagrams which I told. Okay, so you have area of crossroads, which I found in a horizontal manner and in a vertical manner. What it comes as 60x plus 40x is equals to 291. So you have few equations with you now. Is that the answer? No. Why? I will tell you why. Okay, let me change the color for it. So you have an overlap thing as well, which is in the middle. Okay, because your crossword will look like this. Okay, look like this. Now you have a square which is overlapped of all the crosswords. So for that you have x and x as his area. So you need to subtract this particular extra or overlapped square as well, okay, or rectangle as well. So what it will be? It will be 60x plus 40x for my crossword minus x square is equals to 291. Now you got your equation. What would be? It would be 100x minus x square 291, isn't it? So it becomes x square minus 100x plus 291. Now you just need to do factorization. It would be x minus x square minus 97x minus 3x, because yes, 291 can be splitted into 97 and 3, as we need the positive one, but we need to have a negative thing. So it should be negative, negative can give me minus 100x, isn't it? Minus 100x on the addition, and on the multiplication it will give me 291 as a positive thing. So this would be the factorization of it. So plus 291. So if you solve further, it will be 97 minus 3. It will get you as 97. So your value of x will become what? 3 and 97. So what would be the actual meter that you can think? What could be? Do you think 97 can be the positive possible answer? No. Never, because 60 meter we have the largest possible length. So 97 will be so increased. So the value of the x meter would be 3. So don't you think your 3 is the right option of this particular question? Yes. Although this question is pretty tricky, okay, because sometimes you need to recognize a lot from this kind of question, but someone knows the other or great approach of this particular question, do comment down in the below so that people will get to understand it. But whatever I think of, you just need to have a trick, which is your full vertical and horizontal dimensional thing, as well as the overlaps rectangle, and your answer is very easy to solve, isn't it? So yes, 3 meter would be my width of each road which I got. So it would be 3, it would be 3, it would be 3, and it would be 3, because x we assumed as width. Okay. So now what is the next thing we need to do? We need to do the next problem, isn't it? So the area of rectangular field is 460 square feet. Again, area of rectangular field is 460 square meter. Okay. So if the length is 15% greater than the breadth, if the length is 15, so we don't know about the breadth. So in this particular case, why don't I take it at 100% of breadth? Because if you remove this 100, it will eventually become 1, isn't it? Because 100% by 100, if you remove this, it will become 1. So I took my breadth as 100%. Okay. So what would be my length? So length is 15% greater than that. So length is 15%. So it will become 100% of breadth, isn't it? As question states. So we have this particular situation with us. So we can't deal it in the percentage. We need to cut it down. So it will become B only, and it will, what it will become? It will become 1.15 B, because if you remove this, it becomes 100, and on the second point, it will come as a decimal. So it will become 100% of B as my length. What question shape? What is the breadth of this field? What is the breadth of this field? Now, what we know? We know area, this equation we know. So area is length into breadth, and we know it is 460. So length, we know it is 1.15 B, and B is already B assumed. So it would be 460, isn't it? So it will become 1.15 of B square and 460. So B square will be 460 by 115, where 100 will come on top. Now what you need to do? You need to cut everything down. So how you will cut down? So it will be cut by 5, or it can be directly go with, if you multiply something with 5. Is there any way to get 0 at place? Yes, if I multiply by 2, 2 5s are 10, 1 carry, 2 1s are 2, 3 then 2. No, you can't. So again, on what is on the 4? Okay, so 1 1 5, 4, 4 5 are 20, 0, 2 carry, 4 1s are 4, 5 6 and 4. Yes, this is the possible. So it would cut down by 4. My B square will become 400. So B would be root under 400. What will be the root? So for root under 4, I know it is 2, and root under 10, 100, I know it is step. So 20 would be my right option of this particular question. So my breadth would be 20 meter, and I can find this particular solution. So yes, simple. What question said, I did the same task and I was able to find the answer of this particular question. Okay. So now a rhombus has sides measuring 17 centimeter each. So let me create a rhombus first. Okay. So that we can visualize this question. Okay. This is rhombus, or apologies for the diagram. Okay. So, and one of its diagonal. Okay, so let's say this is a diagonal in my rhombus and this is my another diagonal of my rhombus. 17 is the common for each side as question said, and I have a diagonal which is 16 centimeter. So what would be the radius of this particular rhombus? It would be 8. It would be 8, isn't it? Isn't it? So now what is its area? So area of rhombus, do you know? Any one of you know what is the area of rhombus? So the formula of area of rhombus is half of d1 d2 is the formula of area of rhombus. Okay, so please make a note of it. So you know d1 which is 16, but we don't know about the d2. But the feature, the functionality of the rhombus is it divides the rhombus and creates a right angle triangle every time. Okay, so if I create a proper diagram, it will look like this. So where your hypotenuse is 17, your right angle has 8. So you can assume this is x. So it would be 17 square, x square, 8 square. It becomes 289 x square plus 64. 289 minus 64 is equals to x square. So if you subtract 289 from 64, what will come? It will come as 5. It will come as 2. It becomes x square is equals to 225. Then root under 225 and 15 times 15, I guess it is 225. So x value would be 15. Now you have x as 50, which is this chunk. So if this chunk is 50, the another chunk will be 15. So it becomes 30. So half, what is d1? d1 is given as 16 and 30 as the second radius. It will give me the radius area of rhombus. So it will become 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times 3 is 240 centimeter square would be the answer. How centimeter square? Because see, it is 16 centimeter into 30 centimeter. If you multiply it, it will become centimeter square. So 240 centimeter square would be the area of rhombus, and I can see the right option as well. So this is the right option. I hope you are able to do this. The tricky part was you should remember the formula. Please make a note of this trending formulas. Okay. So now, without wasting further time, let's hop to the second question. A diagonal of a rectangular closet. What is closet? It is nothing. It's just a word. Okay. Floor measures 7.5 feet. So diagonal of a rectangle. So let me create a rectangular thing. Okay. So diagonal is 7.5 feet given by the question. Okay. While its shorter side is this one because this will be the longest side, isn't it? 4. What is the total area of closet, which is this one? Okay, this called closet of in square feet. Okay, so we have 7.5 as my hypotenuse and 4.5 as my breadth. It is a right angle triangle. I can consider this as x. So what it becomes? 7.5. So 7.5 square is equals to 4.5 square plus x square. Okay, so our work is bit tedious because you need to find the square of it. So again, the Vedic math formula, which is 75 by 75, 5, 25, 5, 2 carry, then 7 5s are 35, so 35 plus 5 7s are 35. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 3 plus 3 is 6, which is 72. So again, 7 is the common, 7 7s are 49, 49 plus 7 will give you what? 56. So it will become 5 6 2 5 as this. So it will become 5 6 2 5 and minus 45 45 5 5 10 5 5 25. So 2 will be the remainder. 2 would be the second decimal place. So 4 5s are 20, 4 5s are 20, which is 40, 40 plus 2, which is 42, 4 carry, 4 4 is 16 plus 4, which is 20. So again, it becomes 20, 25. Okay, current year. Okay, so x square. Just you need to subtract it. So what would be the subtraction of it? It would be 0063, which is 3600. So x square would be 3600, isn't it? So if it is 3600, are we missing something? Yes. 1 point here, 1 point here, it will become 2 decimal. So it will be 36. So root under 36, what it will be? It will be 6, isn't it? So your x value will be 6. So now it will become 6 feet because everything has been in the feet. So it becomes 6 feet. So what is the total area? So area of rectangle is length into breadth. isn't it? So length we know 6 into 4.5, what it will be? 6 by 30, 0, 3 carry, 6 4s are 24, 25, 26, 27. So we have 27.0 square feet as the answer. So ye apna answer hai, which is 27. C option is the right option of this particular question. I hope you got this as well. Now another question. A right circular cone has a slant height of 10 meters. Right circular cone. So let me create a circular cone first. Okay. So this is the circular cone. Okay. The height till here is what? It is 10 meter. A vertical height. Okay. Okay. It is slant height. Okay. My bad. It is slant height as 10 meter and the height as 8 meter. What is curved surface area? So CSA, do you know the CSA of cone, which is curved surface area? So we have pi r, which is this one. We have pi r, which is the circle one. So pi r into the slant height will give me the curved surface area. Okay, curved surface area is like this. So curved surface area would be pi r L. So we have L, but we don't have R. Don't you think we have R? No, we don't have R. So we know that it creates a 90-degree angle. We have 10 square as L square. We don't know R square, but we know H square, which is our H square. We know H square is what? 64, which is 8 square, isn't it? Now 100 minus 64 will give you R square. So if you subtract 64 from 100, what you will get, my dear? 36 of R square. So my R will become plus minus of 6 what? Meters. Okay, 6 meter, I got it as my radius. Now, I will be able to find my pi value. Yes, my CSA would be pi of 6 into L is 10. So, I can see my answer would be 60 pi meter square. 60 pi meter square. Isn't it? 6 meter pi square. Okay, meter square. So, yes, we find the answer. This is the very easy question. I hope before solving me, you have already solved this particular question. So, a hemisphere and a cone have same base radius. So what is hemisphere, guys? This is just like a igloo. Okay. Yes, this is the hemisphere. Okay. But the functionality of hemisphere is the radius and the height of the hemisphere will be same. Okay. The base radius of the cone as well is same. So if the height of my hemisphere is same, then definitely my cone height will be same as hemisphere, as well as my radius is also same. So height is same as height of hemisphere and height of cone is same. R of hemisphere and R of cone is also same. Okay. What is the ratio of their curved surface area? So curved surface area of hemisphere and the ratio of curved surface area of cone. Now, the question would be very easy. The curved surface area of hemisphere. Yes, please let me know what it is. Don't you think the curved surface area of hemisphere is 2 pi RL? Isn't it? 2 pi RL is the hemisphere. Are you sure? No, it is not. It is 2 pi R square is the hemisphere curved surface area. By cone curved surface area, do you know it is pi RL, which is very easy because pi curved surface area is like this. So pi R is the perimeter and R would be this. The curved surface area will be this, the circular one. So L would be there. So we have 5 pi common, we have R and R is common. Then we have what? We have L remaining. So it will become 2 pi, or not pi, 2R by L we have in the last. Okay. So we have L. Can I somehow figure out my L? So my L would be what? In hemisphere, I told this is radius, then definitely the height would be also equal to radius. My height is also would be equal to radius only, isn't it? So if you see here, if my cone has the radius r, height would be same as hemisphere, and in hemisphere I told whatever radius will have, it will be same as the height. So r will be also there, so L square. So don't you think it will become r square plus r square? Because my h is equivalent to r, so it will become 2r square. So my L is 2r square. Isn't it? So what it happens? It will happen as L square. Okay. So it will become root 2 of R. If you put the square, one R will come out and root 2 will become. So root 2 of R would be this. So what it becomes? 2 2r by root 2 of r. R will went off. We have 2 by root 2. Do we have any option related to this? No, we don't have any option related to this. But I can do some root factorization, which is root 2. Okay. What would be root 2 factorizations? Okay. So it's 2. Can you write 2 as this as well? Isn't it? So this will go away. It will become root 2 by 1 and A is the right option. Now, I know if you have tried by yourself, it may be you are end up having this as the answer, isn't it? But what is the case here is, you just need to follow the formation what question said. Hemisphere by cone, okay? Hemisphere ratio cone, which is H by C. If you do C by H, you will have this particular answer. So please be attentive with the question statement, okay? So 1:2 is the right, or root 2:1 is the right option of this question. So now let's hop to the another question. The cuboid has its edges in the ratio 1:2. Cuboid has length, breadth, height, isn't it? It has x, 2x and 3x. If something comes as a ratio, we don't know about actual size. Let's take the actual length as x and do the task. X is total surface area, which is TSA of cuboid is 88 centimeters square. So the total surface area would be 2 into LB plus BH plus LH, if you know, is equals to 88. So LB, do I have LB? Yes, I have LB. So what would be the volume of cuboid? For volume of cuboid, you should know the formula of volume, which is L into B into H, isn't it? If you know the formula, your task is easy now, because we have this, we have L, B, H, X values as well. We need to find X, need to substitute here and we are done. Try to do yourself. If you're not, see the solution. So L would be X into B would be 2X plus B, which is 2x and my h is 3x, plus L is my x and my h is 3x, isn't it? And we have 88 in my RHS. Yes. So it will become 2x square, 6x square, 3x square. So it will become as 2, it will come as 88. So it will become 2 of what? It have 5, so it will become 11x square is equals to 88. So it becomes 22x square is 88. So 11, 2 times is 22, 11, 8 times is 88. So 2 times 1, 2, 4, 8. So x square is 4. So x is equals to 4. Therefore, your x value would be plus minus of 2. Okay. So yes, you got your x value as 2. So it will become 2, it will become 4, or it will become 6. So you just need to find as 2 into 4 into 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So 24 into 2 will give you what? 848 centimeter cube. Everything is a centimeter. So centimeter multiplied thrice, you will get 48 as the right option of this particular question. I hope you are able to get me at this particular time. Okay. So now let's talk about the another, which is a hollow iron pipe has a length of 21 centimeter. Hollow iron pipe, if you see somewhere, which means it is talking about cylinder. Okay. So let me create a hollow pipe. Okay. Apologies for my circle, guys. Okay. So circle is 21 centimeter. Hollow pipe of the length is 21 centimeter, which means the diameter is equal, which means hollow pipe. Okay. So the height would be given to 21 centimeter. Okay. And the external diameter, which is the outside of the diameter, would be 8 centimeter. Okay. So I can write it as external diameter. If it mention external, just write the same thing. Okay. 8 centimeter. So what would be my radius? Well, we'll calculate the radius after, because we have more too. So if the pipe of the thickness of the pipe, which means we have another circle, guys, another circle inside this hollow square is 1 centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter. Now I know that 1 centimeter is here, 1 centimeter is here, from 8, 2 gone. So we have 6 centimeter as internal diameter as well. Internal diameter will be 6 centimeter. 3 will create 6. So 3 centimeter would be my radius, and external would be 4 centimeter would be my radius. I hope as I am reading the question, I am formulating my answer. Now, and the density of the iron is 8 gram per centimeter cube. Here we have density. Sometime in the question they may write weighs. Okay. Weighs and weight are totally different thing. Waste means density, weight means mass. Okay, please make note of it. What is the weight, which is mass of the pipe? So we have density. So density is equals to 8 gram per centimeter cube. Density we know, mass by volume as 8 gram per centimeter cube. So finding mass, we should find the volume as well. We know the volume of cube. Are you aware of this volume, which is pi r square h? Now, but here we have two hollow pipes. So if we have two hollow pipes, the volume will become pi r square h for once, but we have two. So R1, which is an external, and the internal one would be pi r2 square of h. I hope. Simple formula written. No conversions. Okay. So now, pi we have saved, so we can take out our pi, and we can take out our h as well. It will be r1 square minus r2 of square, isn't it? So pi would be 22 by 7 into height is given as what? 21. R1 of square, we have R1, and R2. R1 of square is 16 minus 9, isn't it? It will become 3, okay? And 16 minus 9, from 10, 9 gone, we have 1. So it would be 7. So 22 into 3 into 7, isn't it? So what will be 66 into 7? What it will be now? It will be 462 centimeter cube. Everything is centimeters. It will be centimeter cube as volume. I got this. So I have my volume value. Just need to initialize here, which is 462 centimeter cube. Centimeter cube will go away. It will become 8 times 2 is 16. 1 carry. 8 times 6 is 48. 49. 4 carry. 8 times 4 is 32. 3696 gram. But in the question, the options we have in the kg, just divided by 1000. So it will become 3.692 kgs mass will be there, and I can find the right option as 696. So we have B as the right option on this particular question. I hope you got this question in tuition. It was very easy. Whatever question says, do the same task. Whatever question wants to communicate, try to understand that, and you are done. In these types of hollow, you will definitely have this kind of pattern where you need to have two volumes for sure. Okay, so I hope you got the intuition of this question. Now let's talk about the water tank. So a water tank. So water tank, if someone talk about tank, which means they're talking about cuboid. Okay, so you have cuboid where your length of the cuboid is 25 meter, your breadth of the cuboid is 12 meter, and your height of the cuboid is 6 meters. Okay, because it is in the formation of LBH every time. If the cost of plastering its walls and the bottom is 75 paise per square. 75 paise per square. So can we make it some convenient? Yes. 75 paise out of 100, which is in 1 rupee, there are 100 paise. So it will be 3 by 4, isn't it? So 3 by 4 rupee. Great. Square meter. What is the total cost? To find a total cost, we need to find the cuboid. Okay, so let me create a cuboid so that we can visualize this thing properly, isn't it? So yes, I hope I'm able to make cuboid for all of you. So yes, if you think this would be your thing, okay, you don't need to paint your ceiling, isn't it? So what I can do? Are you aware of total surface area? What is total surface area? Total surface area is all the side painted. Okay, all the side of cuboid has been painted, which would be 2 into length plus breadth, breadth plus height, and length height, isn't it? Minus what I don't need to print. I don't need to print my ceiling, paint my ceiling. So if we don't paint our ceiling, it would be length and breadth, isn't it? It's just a rectangle, length into breadth. So this is the formulation which I am able to find, because total surface area, I know all the walls will be covered, isn't it? But I don't want to cover my top, because only written that bottom should be covered, not the top one. So subtracting my top, and I think I will be able to get my answer. Okay. So simple, 25 into 12 plus what? 12 into 6 plus what? Plus 25 into 6 minus 25 into 12. So this is the thing. So 2 into, if you multiply this, I already did this would be 300 plus 12 into 6 would be 72 plus 25 into 6 would be what? 150. Okay, minus 300. So if you solve this particular equation, all of this equation is pretty big. That's why I already solved for all of you so that we won't be wasting a lot of time into it. So our thing would be what? It would be 1044 minus 300. Just need to subtract 1044 300. It would be 447. So it would be 744. So 744 is the total surface area where we need to paint. All the walls has been covered. Now for one wall it's cost you 3 by 4. So for 744, how much it will cost you? So you just need to use the unity method. And yes, 4 times 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 times 3 is 6, 1 17 plus 2, then 2 times 1 it would be 2 times 1, then we have 17, it becomes 16, then it becomes 1, then it becomes 6. So we have 186 into 3, you will get it as 558 rupees total paint cost, and I have D at the right option of this question. Very easy. What question said? Paint all the stuffs. If I want to paint, I will be finding total surface area because it adds all the walls, all the boundaries of my cuboid. No need to add a ceiling. Just subtract it from it and I'm done. Great. So massive success rate we have in our mock interviews, guys, because you can crack your TCS NQT if you're following these kind of resources, but it will be very hard to crack the interviews. Okay. For that, we are having very special place. This is a mock interview where we'll test your resume. Like full interview simulation will be given to you. All HR, MR questions, programming questions from your resume will be covered by you. Although this is just a Deloitte template, but editor was forget to add a TCS one. Okay, we have multiple companies as well. Just visit primecoding.in. It will be more than 60 minutes, guys. More than 60 minutes. Until unless you are not satisfied, we will be not leaving the session. You will get 2x resume reviews. Okay, until unless your resume is not well, we will not leave you. We'll review all of your resumes. Okay. Is both technical. Identify your weaknesses and fix it because we have industry experts who are teaching you, as I wrote, TCS experts, and tailored improved tips and boost your success. Okay. So if you totally interested to ace your upcoming interview, because TCS NQT interview is of another task. Okay. We are holding your back because we are transforming your interview opportunity into offer letter so that you can make your parents proud. Visit primecoding.in now. Now let's talk about another. The cylinder has a curved surface area. Curved surface area of cylinder is 4,400 centimeter square, and the circumference of its base. Okay, so cylinder is like this, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so apologies for my diagram. So the circumference of its base, circumference of it is the square only. So 2 pi r is equivalent to 110 centimeter. What is the height and the volume? Please don't calculate the volume because it is not possible. Just figure out the height, and we have option related to height only. This is a small mistake in this question. Okay. So what is the circumference, like a curved surface area of cylinder, which is 2 pi r h is the curved surface area of cylinder. It is 4,400 centimeter square. Okay. So 2 pi r, I can see the 2 pi r value is 100 centimeter as per the question itself. So 2 pi r value just 110 centimeter equivalent to, or 2 pi r h is equals to 4,400 centimeter square. So centimeter, 1 centimeter will go away, 10 will go away, 11 times 4, which is h, is equals to 40 centimeter is my height. Question is pretty easy. Just need to be so attentive, just need to have an hands-on experience of all the formulas, and area mensuration will be very easy for you. A metallic sphere with a radius of 7 centimeter. Okay, a metallic sphere. Okay, let me create a sphere. So this is my sphere. Okay, has the radius is 7 centimeter. If the radius is 7 centimeter, then height will be 7 centimeter as well. Okay, now sphere has 7 centimeter. Okay, this is not sphere, guys. This is hemisphere. Oh my bad. Okay, so we have a sphere whose radius is 7 centimeter. Great. Is melted and recast into cones. Is melted and recast into cones. Great. Having the radius as 7 centimeter. Okay, so their radius is also equivalent to the cone's sphere radius. Okay, and the height has height is 4 centimeter. How many cones can be formed? So if this kind of question is there, like sometime it can be asked to you, like in rectangular thing is there, you need to create a cones, or there is a rectangular thing is there, you need to create sphere, cylinder, blah blah, everything. So in this kind of situation, just take it in a ratio way. Okay, so volume of sphere by volume of cone, whatever they said. Okay, so volume of sphere, are you aware of this? This is 4 pi r cube is the volume of sphere, and the volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. This is simple as easy. Okay, so just take it as that. So 1 by 3 and 3 will go away, pi will go away, r square and r will go. So it will become 4r by h, isn't it? Now r, do we have r? Yes, we have r with us, which is what? 4r7. And what is the height we have? Height also we have as 4. 4 will go away. 7 is the number of cones that you will create if you melt this particular sphere. So right away you mark this portion. So this is the trick that I want to tell you, and I said the same. So please make of this note situations that if someone told you to melt something, just take it as a ratio thing. You will be able to solve in minutes. Just try to remember this. Try to create a formula sheet and revise every day. Now, a Christian. So is certain or whatever you pronounce. If someone talk about this again, this is tank only. If tank, which means cuboid. Okay. So measuring 6 meter in length and 4 meter in breadth. Okay. For a cuboid, you have length as 6 meter and breadth as 4 meter, but you don't know about the height. Okay. In width, it filled water up to the depth of 1.2. Okay. Height is also given now 1.25 meter. So let me create a particular cuboid for all of you so that we can imagine the situation. Okay, so this is the situation that we were discussing. So let's say this is our cuboid, isn't it? So the water level, okay, so the water level is, let me increase a bit. Okay, so the water level is this much, if you can see, which is 1.25 meter. Okay, so what is the total area of wet surface we need to find? Total area of wet surface. So what is not being wet? The top one. Don't you think the top is not wet? But rest of that, all of the walls would be wet, including the bottom one. So yes, including the bottom one is also wet. Everything is wet. What is the scene now? Which is area of wet surface you need to find. Don't you think the lateral surface area will be the best choice here, isn't it? Because it covers 2 into length plus length into height, isn't it? Length, height, breadth. So 2 into length plus height would be this one, and this one would be covered easily, plus breadth, height, and we'll add this one as well. We'll add this one, which is the base also. So base would be L into B. Okay, so it will be LSA plus length into breadth. So what it will be? It will be 2 LH plus BH plus LB. L I have 2 into length, I have 6 into 4. Okay, plus 4 into 1.25 and plus 6 into B we have, which is 4. What will be? It will be 2. It will become 24 plus 4 times 5 is 20. 2 carry 4 times 2 is 8. 8. 4 times 1 is 4. 48 plus 24. Then we have 48 plus 24. What will be? It will be 12. 1, 5, 72. Okay, 72 of 2 plus 24. Now, what will happen next? It will be 72, or I miscalculated somewhere. Okay, so yeah, the calculation is wrong. Okay, I also been exhausted by solving this much question, but not an issue. It's sometime it do happen. You just need to be so attentive. Okay, so yeah, 2 into, I can see I should simplify, which is L is equals to length plus breadth, because H is common, and LB. Okay, so 2 into 1.25 length plus breadth. 6 plus 4 is 10, isn't it? And length into breadth is 24, because 6 into 4 is 24. So 2 into, if you multiply this, it will become 12.5, isn't it? Plus 24, it will be 2 5s are 10, 1 carry, 2 2s are 4, 5, 2 1s are 2, 2. So 25 plus 24 will give you 49 as the answer, which is a wet surface area meter square, isn't it? So yes, none of these would be the right option. Sometimes they do play a trick as well. Okay. What happen if you do with this thing, which is finding a total surface area, which is LH plus B, LH plus LB plus what BH, isn't it? Minus if you subtract the top, which will be L into B, which is LB. So 2 into, if you take out the H common, it will become L plus B plus LB minus LB, isn't it? So 2 into 1.25 LB, you will end up having 12.5, isn't it? 12.5 plus 24 minus 24. So 2, what it will become? It will become 336, because 2 plus 4 is 6, 2 plus 1 is 36.5, 36.5 into 2 minus 24. So 5 to the 10, 1 carry, 12, 13, 3, 1 carry, 6, 7. So 73 minus 24. So 73 minus 24, what it will come? It will come as 6, 13. So 6, if you add 6, it become 10. Again 3, it become 9. And yes, 4. So yes, this is the another way if you find as total surface area minus the ceiling that we did. Okay, the same case happened here as well. The trick was different. I told you 2 ways to solve this question. I hope you got this particular approach. So yes, you can use this thing in your examination as well. I hope I am clear from my side. Please consider subscribe the channel if you are not, because this kind of thing take a lot of efforts. Please like this video. It increases my motivation, and I will be bringing up the next section on the series as well. Slowly we'll cover multiple things. Okay, we will cover multiple things. First would be your percentage. I covered already. Now I covered area and mensuration. Now I will cover another topic, then another topic, and simultaneously I will be covering all TCS NQT resources. For that, please subscribe it. Press on bell icon so that you won't miss any of the approaches or videos, and prepare for your upcoming exams. Please book the seat. Link would be in the description, and we'll meet you with a new video soon.